And we're back with another episode of the Voice of the Mop podcast. I'm Aaron.
I'm Taylor.
And here we are. We got a lot of things to kind of go over. I just wanted one major subject that was kind of new. And it came up really recently. So I was like, you know what? We're on it. We need to get the answer to the people and kind of dive into what's going on here. So, have you heard a whole lot about the ambulatory service for the Hot Springs Hospital?
A little bit.
So, basically what happened was, from all the research I was able to pull together, at like 9 o'clock, July 31st, they let the ambulance service, the EMS service that we've had for 75 years or something like that.
40, 80,
100 years. What we've had forever, and they let them know, hey, by the way, come midnight tonight, you are no longer our ambulance service. We're actually going to go to Cody, and they're going to bring over an ambulance and staff, and we're going to do all that. And you guys just have a nice day. You guys kick rocks. So they got like not even a 24-hour notice that they were all jobless. Well, the EMSs, the first responders that are tied to that. The Mortimers still own the funeral home, and they do great work over there. Like, they're just so caring people. I really do have a heart for those guys over there. But yeah, so they were just basically dropped cold turkey with no real explanation on why they chose to go to the Cody Regional Health Services as the ambulance rather than continue using what we have here. From my research and what I was understanding was that they have 3 ambulances here, the Mortimers do, with full staff. And they're able to handle just about the workload that's going to take. You have someone over here with a fall assist, and then you have someone over here with maybe some sort of domestic that went wrong, and they need an ambulance. There's a lot of different reasons. Car crashes are common in the canyon. We have the canyon here. That's always a worry. So 3 ambulances is kind of something that you need. At least 2, because if you're on one call and another call happens, you have to finish the one call. Talking to an EMS, they were saying that what's going to be interesting is that when they have multiple calls at once, with one ambulance garaged over at the hospital, even though the staff is here in town, they'll be put up in housing for their shifts and everything. With one ambulance, how are you supposed to cover everything? Right.
So from what I heard, though, was that they were going to be using Mortimer's ambulance bay, not so much the only one at the hospital.
So the official article that the Cody Regional put out said that it was there at the hospital. It was the garage at the hospital. That they'd have an ambulance on site there. They said an ambulance, and that's what struck me and was like, one.
So right, but we don't really know that for sure.
What?
I mean,
why would they? I mean, they're gonna misinterpret what they're saying by.
You never know. You never know. People do it all the time.
You would hope, right? But maybe they could work out like a subcontract thing, or something, right? To where they can have the extra overflow. But their plan was, if they needed additional resources, that they would be coming in from the basin and Cody and everything like that. So they would just bring it in. But what the drive time is about an hour and a half from Cody. And then if you're an ambulance doing ambulance speeds, you're looking at an hour, 50 minutes.
Yeah, but I wonder with this new contract, if maybe they're going to keep them a little closer or something. So if they have Worland as well, I mean, Worland's going to be a lot closer.
Yeah, if they have Worland, that could be helpful, right?
Yeah.
But that road can be even pretty scary. So I reached out. I reached out to the CEO of the hospital, and I reached out to Mortimer. Mortimer he did answer my call. Unfortunately, he didn't have time to be able to talk about anything or give a statement or anything. I'm going to still continue to kind of check that out and see what their side is on that. From the sounds of it, though, there's 2 things. There's the question of resources on. Do they have enough resources to cover Thermopolis appropriately, right? And then the other question is, why are we pushing out all the all the people that have been here forever and ever and that have been holding it down and building Thermopolis, you know, like literally with their family lineage, right? You know, I know that the Mortimers have more going on than just an ambulatory service, but you know, are we pushing out the old guard and trying to bring in this new wave of people, or are we just choosing to go in a better financial direction and, you know, with more updated services or something? You know, it's conjecture. This is all just like, you know, spitballing and stuff like that. But there's two ways to that. And the sentiment I got was that the Mortimers are not overly outraged by the switchover. So, you know, it was only part of what they were doing. And from the semblance I got, and like I said, I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear you know, official words. Maybe we can bring them on and do a quick interview with them and about how the things are going with that. You know, there's a lot of that kind of stuff, but that we're not overly outraged by it. So I don't think that the town needs to jump up and grab their pitchforks and start fighting another fight.
See, but I haven't seen that. I haven't seen a lot of the townsfolk really being all that upset. I've seen a couple, but I've seen a lot of people who are just like, I don't understand really the biggest issue. What I see the biggest issue is not properly communicating with the Mortimers that was what's going on.
Yeah, that's the third side of it. Yep.
You know, like, you should have told them before the, like, what, 12 hours they had, if that. Yeah. The 15 hours, whatever it was.
Yeah.
They should have known beforehand. Period, point blank, instead of getting that phone call that morning. That's shady. That's shady crap.
Yeah.
And that's on the hospital for that.
You're losing 100%. A really big contract, right. You know, a part of your livelihood.
Right.
You know, no, it doesn't matter what else you have going on. Like, this is still this is income that we're gonna just goodbye. So they also have to.
Right. Real quick. Sorry, but who's to say that maybe Mortimer didn't know?
Yeah. Maybe there was a couple of the talks that people just
heard
about. So
I mean, no disrespect to Mark by any means. Mark's always been a really great guy, but who's to say that he's the one that failed to tell his people until that morning? You know, again, this speculation. I don't know for sure, but
right. So, and even if they had a little bit of a heads up and stuff from the EMS that I was talking to, they didn't have that heads up. They were just basically woke up that day to be jobless.
Right.
You know, and there's a lot of stuff surrounding all that. I didn't talk to very many sources, unfortunately, official sources, for some of this information. So, you know, one person's word and how they feel about things and what they've kind of
at this point, it's all just 100% speculation.
Yeah, I think there's a good degree of speculation going on here, and so we got to take that with a grain of salt.
Right.
But I wanted to cover this because I think that people need to understand that it's less of an outrage that needs to happen. Like, we're not pushing out the old guard kind of thing. We're not trying to get rid of everybody. We're trying to the town is doing a lot to kind of move forward, because it's either you're growing or you're not. Like, you're growing or you're dying, right? That's kind of how these things work, you know? Like, think about your job, you know, either you're trying to progress and do better for the raise or for the promotion or something, or you're just trying to clock in, clock out, and you're eventually going to find your way out the door, because you're not, either you're growing or you're not. So you're going up or going out. There's two directions for this stuff. So, and you can apply that to the town, right? So the town is trying to do a lot more to be able to bolster, you know, the amount of people we have, the resources we have, the, you know, leverage the hot springs and things like that in a more productive manner than it's been doing previously.
Right.
So change is scary, because when you roll the dice, you don't know the outcome. But if you don't roll the dice, you don't have a chance to win. You know, you don't have we're just going to end up being that Shoshone. You know, we're going to end up being one of the towns that kind of just eventually wean out into being unnecessary. So the hot springs are great and they bring people in. I think that's a staple that we have that it'll pretty much guarantee we don't die off. Right?
I used to live in Shoshone before it officially died out.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't at the time. I was still in the school, was in the middle of town. Fast Lane was this little tiny gas station, not what it is now. I mean, we still had Yellowstone malt shakes. It was one of the world's most famous malt store. And yeah, it was so good. And then they shut down. Then they tore down the historic jail that was there from the 1800s.
Oh, really? That's sick. That'd be kind of cool to see. That's history.
But they tore it down. They just got rid of a lot of stuff, and now it's basically just Fastlane.
Yeah, Fastlane is the only thing there.
It never used to be like that.
To me,
I mean, it was still kind of small.
They had that cartoon theater thing. I thought that would have been a
so that's where the Yellowstone Malt Shake used to be.
Ah, man, I thought that would have been super cool to like just catch some like really old cartoons. Like it's a fun date idea, you know? Like go out on a date, this little like cartoon movie theater thing, like have like a little moment, maybe a little popcorn, you know, and then call it a day and go off and do something else. It would have been worth it, but now it's of course it doesn't operate anymore or anything. So, yeah, but so going back, we're talking about growth in the town and everything like that. I think that this is, it's a weird move. I don't think it was a necessary move, on my opinion, and the networks that I have. But maybe this is, there's some sort of other contractual stuff that was put into place that we don't know about.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, it's like, I mean, I could see how it wasn't necessary. The Mourners been doing this for almost 80 years, like, if not 80 years, whatever. So their work they do, from my understanding, is great, but we don't know what happens behind closed doors.
Yeah.
We don't know why the hospital decided, okay, let's switch it up, let's move on and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
So
one of the things and how this kind of stuff works is that they have to have, the ambulance service has to have a doctor sign off as the director for the EMS services. And so what I've heard, so this is completely, again, this is hearsay, is that there was leverage on I'm trying to make sure I don't put names out and have people end up being questioned and want to be left alone. But so the previous doctor that had signed off on this was basically leveraged to discontinue that support, so that way they could bring on the other service. So there might be something there, but let's just boil it down here.
It's all hearsay.
Let's just boil it down. We have a new ambulance service. It's going to be Coda Regional. They do obviously great services. They've been able to handle the basin almost entirely by themselves because they're doing such good work. They have fully staffed, fully hired people. It's going to be fine. And when they see the need, or if they see the need for bringing in more resources, like a second ambulance, third ambulance, more people, that'll be taken care of as well. So
I did see the day they officially started. They went to lunch, and this makes me sound really creepy. I promise I was just driving by, but I saw them and our police chief walking out of a restaurant, and I thought that was really neat, getting to know the.
Yeah, they should. I think they should probably do a lot of like meet and greet stuff, and that way we get to know those people. Right. So it's not another stranger coming in your house kind of thing, So I think there's some merit to that.
But do you look at EMS people as strangers? Because I mean, yeah, they're strangers, but they're people coming.
Someone to stop my broken leg from killing me.
I just say, like, to me,
to put grandma back together.
Exactly. Like, to me, I wouldn't necessarily see first responders as strangers. Be like, oh, you're wearing a badge. But that's where it could get dangerous, though, because you got those people who like fake job that kind of shit, Sorry, my French, but people who are like, I've watched too many crime shows. It's fine. Moving on.
Yeah, and what? Someone comes in with their little uniform shirt and you're like,
you never know. They end up killing you or other things.
You're saying some wild stuff right now.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe this is for your podcast. For that.
The people need to know.
Yeah. No, you're putting stuff out there that
I just said I watched too many crime shows. I don't understand why you're complaining about this right now.
They're great people. They're going to be part of the community just as anyone.
I didn't say they were like that. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
My own brain. I didn't say everybody else. They'll be fine.
You know how people can be? So people can take small things and then just
run with it.
That's
their own fault.
And they run with it.
That's their own fault.
It is their own fault, but we have to have the repercussions of stuff like that.
I don't.
You don't want...
if you're going to take what I have to say and run with it, that's your own problem.
It's
because
true.
I literally just said I watched too many crime shows.
Until it becomes your problem.
How would it become my problem for something that I stated?
All right. I have to build a hypothetical out because we're on a subject matter that could cause a lot of concern for people with the way it was framed. And so, okay, hypothetical. So you say something about, maybe we'll use the Chase Rice stuff. So Chase Rice is supposed to be here and everything like that, right? And so if you take I heard that they couldn't sell enough tickets, so they canceled the show, right? That was a bunch of conjecture, right? So that you put that out there, and then everybody thinks the show's canceled, so then people don't buy the tickets.
Okay.
Right? and then now you're funding this event that nobody's buying tickets for because someone took something small and ran with it. You see what I'm saying? There could be real repercussions.
No, because I don't understand how the person selling the tickets, how that's their problem. Because they're doing everything they can to advertise.
Sure.
If people want to believe instead of going straight to the source, you're just small-minded.
It became your problem when you're not selling tickets anymore because someone made a stupid comment about how it's not a real concert or not.
Okay, but me making a comment about an actual thing that can happen in this world.
Same with that. Hypothetical.
Right.
I don't want to go back to the previous context.
I'm just saying. I wasn't saying that's our new EMS people. I'm just specifying. I've watched too many shows.
Yeah. And there is.
So if they run with that after me stating that three times now, that's their own problem.
Right.
100%.
Make sure people understand to watch this. Yeah. Just like, you know.
That's your own problem. I'm straight up. I'm sorry. Your triggers are not my problem.
Yeah. I know. But not everybody, you know, watches everything in context. I think it'd be great if we clip that and then we can. Oh man. Anyways, that's a different day, different podcast. So, going on to other news, other things that's going on in the week. We just recently started the buffet, the first time ever in Thermopolis. The Pizza Hut.
It's not back.
Pizza Hut.
Not back.
It's not back.
I'm so tired of people
never
saying
had
that.
a buffet. And then someone actually told me, like, you should put the wings on there too, like you used to. I'm like, we never even had Wing Street until this new building. Like, and that was like, what, 7 years ago or something like that? It's like, we never even had Wing Street. We did baked wings, and we never even had wings on a buffet that never existed either.
Right.
Like,
and back at the Old Store, we had spaghetti. We had the soups.
There's lasagna at one point.
Yeah, there was the soups.
Oh,
like,
soups.
Yes. Why do we need the buffet? And then Pizza Hut's like, we're going to get rid of that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they move on. They're doing different things now.
I know, but it was so popular here. Like, I loved the spaghetti. I loved every time I was sick. Like, fuck you, Campbell's. I'm getting Pizza Hut soup. Like,
right. The loaded baked potato soup. Shout out to the baked potato soup. If you're out there, you're listening. I miss you. Come back. The broccoli cheddar. I enjoyed that too. But we have the buffet now. So it's going to be 11:30 to 1:30.
No, it's 11 to 1:30.
11:30 to 1:30.
Then why is it advertised from 1 to, or 11 to 1:30? Yes, it is. That's what Jason said.
As of yesterday.
Well, then specify that.
Changed.
So I'm not questioning you. You didn't specify that.
I know. You just gotta believe me.
I don't. Just kidding.
It's fine. It's on the memo on the desk when you return to work after your weekend off. You'll find it. Yeah.
See, this is my problem. Is things aren't communicated sometimes.
Yeah. We're kind of batting it around because it's been such a slow start that we're throwing away so much product, and you know we can't throw away 6 pizzas before it starts to get busy. You know, every day, Monday through Friday, 11:30, 1:30, and that includes the salad bar, and has pasta, and has breadsticks, cinnamon sticks. It does not include the drink, and we do have senior pricing, so that way people understand that. We're throwing away all these pizzas like so early in the morning. Unless we start getting some more support, you know, we have to just kind of keep dialing it in to where people are going to be there. You know, we want to meet people where they're at, and if they're not able to get to lunch by 11 o'clock, then let's move it. Especially when we're coming into school season and stuff like that. I think it just makes more sense to try to dial it in closer to noon.
Right. I'm sorry, for me though, like having lunch at 11, I really want to have lunch at noon.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, to each their own. Like I understand people getting up at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work. I get it. Like you got no judgment from me.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't want food at 11 o'clock in the morning.
It's true. Depending on when.
At least lunch food anyway. Like
you're not old enough yet. When you get up at like 5 a.m. Looking at my parents here. When you get up at 5 a.m., 11 o'clock,
that's what I just said, though. Like,
a lot closer to lunchtime.
Right, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, if you're up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work, or even if you're retired, whatever it may be, then I can understand you guys want to eat lunch at 11.
Right.
To me personally, that's still like...
It's so early,
yeah
lunch is like 1, maybe 2 o'clock.
I'm tired of working nights.
Yeah, lunch for you is like... It's like 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah. I had lunch at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I'm like, what the hell am I going to do for dinner?
Yeah. You don't at that point, right? Or it's like 11 o'clock by the time you eat dinner, and then you're going to bed at like, what, midnight?
Yeah, exactly.
After you binge watch some true crime.
South Park this time. But yeah.
Have you seen the new episode of South Park?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it good?
I think it's funny.
Is it controversial?
I mean,
You can see where it's at.
Kind of.
No?
I mean, I voted red. Everybody knows that I voted red, but I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But I also don't take things personally.
It's satire. If you can't take anything that comes off of that show as something.
Charlie Kirk, actually, there's a new episode of South Park, and Cartman's making fun of him, and
I heard it.
Yeah, Charlie's like, that's funny. Like, I can't wait to watch it. I'm so excited. Like,
yeah.
And everybody's so butthurt that, he's just upset, and he's like, he literally just said he can't wait to see it. Like, why would he be upset about it?
Yeah, people just run with weird stuff, right? Like,
yeah, this Sydney Sweeney stuff, and the Jays.
Yeah,
they went as far as to see what she voted, and the only reason she's getting so much hate right now is because she voted red. Supposedly, we can't prove that,
right?
Because things can be photoshopped. But that's one of the speculations.
Dog whistling and all these things. Like, if you're starting to believe on this stuff, if you're starting going down these rabbit holes, you're spending too much time on the internet. Like, maybe just
go outside.
If you're watching this episode, maybe finish the episode first, right? Like, subscribe, do the things, but and then just turn it off and touch grass. Like, go outside and take a nice walk around the block or something like that. You've clearly been on too much internet.
I'm on the internet all the time, and I don't even deep dive this much. I'm like,
right, but
I don't care enough.
You know about Charlie Kirks and things like that
because it's like,
I mean?
Okay, right, but that's stuff that's actually popped up across my For You page.
Yeah,
but I don't deep dive.
Yeah, you're not watching
purpose.
An hour-long podcast
exactly
talking about it. Yeah,
right, like I don't deep dive on purpose unless I really if it's something that I desperately need to know. Like I don't care about who did what and whatever.
Who voted for who.
Yeah, I don't give a crap about that.
Yeah.
None of my business who you voted for.
Right.
Who you voted for is your own opinion, and
100%.
it's not my job to change that.
Not my job.
But for you to hate on somebody because of it, you're childish.
Yeah,
childish.
Unbelievable. Yep.
I've lost so many friends because of who I voted for. I'm like, you know what? We were never friends to begin with if you have to go that low.
True. Like, we're discriminating against somebody because of something like that. Like, you assume you know their views. You assume all these things about them just because of something like that you heard, right?
When I voted in 2020, I was called a homophobic racist. And I'm like, my family's Mexican, half of it. And I'm gay. So I love how that works out. But just because I'm gay, I have to vote a certain way? How is that at all fair?
Yeah, again, that's people spending too much time on the internet, too much time in politics, too much time.
Too much time on CNN.
Too much. They ain't working hard enough if they have all this time to be doing all these things and making all this stuff. But doom scrolling TikTok is just hurting people.
Yeah.
It really isn't adding anything to help people and stuff. And I don't think that with the big push on social media and stuff like that is. That it's going to help in the future for things.
Yeah, I saw a video the other day that was like, if you're 30 and you still have Snapchat, you're the problem. It's like, why? It's no different than having Facebook.
To me, it's just like texting.
Right.
I use Snapchat as texting.
Someone said something actually really good the other day. It was like, it's like a mini FaceTime. You still get the context.
Yeah.
You still get out what you want to say.
Yeah.
Without having to really worry about it too much.
Right. I'm able to keep track of my friends and loved ones and their locations.
If it wasn't for Snapchat, my little brother and I wouldn't talk every day.
Right. Yeah, and the streak thing, as
with certain people, I care about that. Yeah, I care about the streak for certain people. Everybody else, I'm like, whatever.
I have 600 streaks.
My brother, I think, is my high. I gotta look, but I'm pretty sure my brother is the highest streak that I have.
And I like the streaks because it keeps me accountable to keep that streak going, and it means I check in with that person every day a little bit.
Yeah. So my brother, it's 879. My sister Tiffany is 331. My sister Feather and I are only at 17.
What's your highest one?
Sean, 879.
879. Mm-hmm. Congrats. Yeah. I knew somebody with 4,000.
Yeah, that's Sean and I probably would have been pretty close.
There's people that have crazy. I once had this coworker. She's an angel, but she would go to crazy lengths to make sure that she got her snap streak going. Mm-hmm. This is before you can restore it for $1 or whatever it is. And so she had it was some odd years. It was years of this stuff, right? It was 4,000 something, right? And she would if she was going on a trip where she knew she wouldn't have service or something like that, she would make sure she had it all set up to be able a friend would do it for her.
My niece when I went camping,
she would go get service really quick and then go back out to make sure those things were going. But like it's a good tool, right? It's a good tool to. I know we're on Snapchat and social media and things like that. You know, if you're
that sounds
like, oh yeah, that's good. That might pick up really loud now because like you're
hello darkness, my old friend. Maybe you're right.
Need breakfast.
No. I just ate.
So with Snapchat, like I have location for my friends and family and stuff. So if my wife goes on a trip or something like that, I know where she's at about, you know, like that kind of thing. Is a helpful thing.
I usually people can stalk you, so I know if I'm messing around at work. And I can check you.
Oh, he's across the way. I don't need to worry about it. He won't be popping in anytime soon.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'll turn off that.
I'm just kidding. I don't stalk you.
Like you can send pictures. You can just send text messages. You know, like that kind of stuff. You can just do a call if you need to. I have a friend that lives out in Kirby, and she has Wi-Fi, but she doesn't get phone service out there. So Snapchat's the best way to go over.
Right.
You just call up on Snapchat. Hey, like a phone call. Hey, you know. Like, this is what we're doing. So
I had a friend who lived in town.
People get outraged by that stuff.
But she was not a texter. You couldn't text her, save your life. Snapchat for days. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. And some people, like some people even use Facebook Messenger over texting or calling, anything like that.
Yeah, yeah. I use Facebook Messenger when I'm reaching out to people about...
You know, and people are like, oh, well, Snapchat is just used for cheating. I said, so is Facebook? Yeah. Everything can be used for cheating if they want to.
They used to use landlines for cheating. Don't worry. It was... What's the number to mask your call back in the day?
There's like star 69 or something like that.
Right? Yeah. Something like that. That's to see who called, right? Isn't that how you...
No, that's how you call restricted.
All right. So yeah, like there was
I only know that kind of...
How do you know and I don't know? I don't know. I'm not old enough.
Prank calls, buddy.
Yeah. So like, yeah, people used to do all kinds of shitty stuff. Anyways, that wasn't, you know. I guess it used to be just a coworker they used to cheat with rather than cheating.
I mean, you have Tinder, you have Grindr. I mean, you've got all.
You'll find a way if you really need to. Like, if that's what you're into, you're gonna find a way. You don't need a specific, you know, Snapchat or a specific service to do that. It's gonna happen. They have apps. No, I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about that because then
they have an app called Ashley Madison.
Right. And isn't that the original, like, affair website, right?
That's meant for cheating. It literally says life is short, have an affair.
Yeah. So yeah, it was for affairs and stuff. Yeah,
it's still a thing. Yeah.
Did you have to step away to fart? No.
Calling your son out. Oh,
maybe we can wrap this up soon. But we're just sitting here. My family here, my mom and my dad here from Washington State. They're watching us do this live, and I got my son here. He's chilling too, and so
I probably would have kicked him in the shin, but it's fine.
I thought it'd be kind of fun to see behind the curtain and stuff like that, and try doing a live episode, and so it's kind of live for them and gets me a chance to see how it works.
Also, we did not intentionally both wear pink today.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's cool. Represent that. I got you. I got a pink cup. See,
I got the copper.
Yeah. So again, we're at the coup. We're the copper coup. Shout out to Audra and everything. She came in and said hi, and we got to chat her ear off about the Discovery Days and how that's going still. They're still doing fundraisers and stuff. They would still love to have volunteers for helping with various things. It's still not going to be with pageant days, so people understand that. It is its own separate entity. Mainly because... They
always have been, I guess.
Mainly because what happens is, like, if they were to just be conjoined with pageant days, what has happened in the past is that they do most of the carrying. So Discovery Days ends up doing most of the lifting, most of the coordinating, most of the XYZ, while as the pageant day committee and stuff, they have their own things, but they're not as gung-ho or as active as the Discovery Days crew was. And as try as they might, if you're trying to do all this stuff to bring in tourism to the town and to bolster all that stuff, I can hear that.
I know, I'm trying really hard to be quiet, but my stomach's hey.
So try as you might, you're trying to do all this stuff. I want to talk as much as I can while you do that, all right?
Yeah, go for
it. You end up doing like 90% of the work, but then like you have to split half of the income or half of the the benefits. So you got half the benefits go to the other person, but you're doing all the work. I mean, it sounds like a lot of relationships. People probably reflect on that, but like, but then now what are you doing? Like, you want the work you do to get the reward that you can out of it, right? Like no one wants to, necessarily work for free. No one goes to work and doesn't clock in just so they can, work a whole shift, 10-hour shift for free. Like, show me that crew.
I would never.
Show me that crew. Maybe we can start something. I guess we do it for free right here, right now.
Yeah,
So,
this is different.
This
is right now as a hobby until it starts picking up.
Right. And if you are interested in us doing like ad reads for you or something of that nature, reach out. I try to put something on the end of the title card every time so that way people can kind of know that we're willing to talk about it and working out some sort of contractual stuff where we do shout outs. Right now we're doing shout outs to places that we enjoy, places around town, people that we're connected with. Like the Copper Coop lets us be able to take over their patio here or the inside here for hours on a time, and they for free. We buy drinks occasionally, but we're all doing this for free.
I don't think we've ever done this without buying a drink from them though.
Right. I think I had water one time, but so we're just when we shout out people right now, and even in the future, it's just because we like the products and stuff like that. We're not really gonna endorse quote something we're not fans of, and we don't think that So we want locals. So if you're local and you hear this, please let's talk. Shoot me a message on Facebook. Shoot me a message on YouTube. You can put a comment on there. And hey, reach out, and I'll try to see if I can find you. Don't put your contact information, please, on YouTube or Spotify, but I do read the comments, and I do try to, interact.
Yeah, if you want us to contact you, shoot us an email or a message.
Facebook, Voice of Thermopolis. You'll see the logo on there. So if you're made it this far in the episode already, you know what the logo looks like, and you know how to find us. So, I don't have a whole lot more to say. We're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna probably go get some food. We're looking a little close to it. If it's 11:30, I guess we're not quite there yet. But we'll try another episode next week, and we'll
try to get this one published soon.
Yeah, she says we, so she's willing to do this for me.
No, wrong.
No, I'll get it published. I can't.
Sorry for my hot takes and my cursing. I usually try so hard.
Yeah, and now we have guests, and now you just pop the top off and start going.
Yep, full send it.
Yeah.
Hey, they gotta know me, man. First impressions last.
Yeah, but wow, that's the one you want to make.
I'm making them laugh. You know what? That's what counts, right? I hear them laughing. They're fine.
So, anyways,
they're probably gonna leave here and be like, "What is wrong with you? Why are you with her? Why are you doing this with her?"
No.
Do what?
Why you're with him?
Yeah, see? Why am I hanging out with you?
He's the weirdo.
Yeah. I do apologize if for whatever reason you take what I said about my crime shows and run with that. That is on you. Don't try coming at me for it. 100% on you.
Yeah, if you were just looking for a reason, if that's what you're gonna, if you
you were literally. Oh, but Taylor said no. I did not.
No.
You mind your own business. Yeah. Do not bring me into it.
Yep. Make up your own mind, not someone else's. We love you all. You have a good day. Have a good week, and we will be back with another episode of Voice of Vermont Podcast.
Toodles.
Woo.
Dusty boots on a wooden floor. Small town nights we crave for more.